Hello there, Rabbi. And it is time now for number 11 in our 10-part series on how to make America good again. Not great, but good. So that includes our counting system. But what doesn't really count is religion and politics, which seems to be mixed together more and more these days.
People want to ignore the history of the known universe when religion was mixed with state. It always had a bad outcome. It had a bad outcome, Joe. Religion should be separate from the state. Politics is one thing, and religion is separate. And what we're going to see with our three Abrahamic religions, and then Buddhism and Hinduism, that all of them all of them promote a separation of politics, of state from someone's religion. And what we're seeing now is people claiming that America is Christian, the founding fathers, just the opposite. They said, you could be whatever you want. Let's separate religion from the state because historically it's always had a bad outcome. Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism have always advocated individuals in a country should follow their religion, and then politics should be politics. You know, Judaism never, never promoted conversion. And we have a bad reputation in Judaism as discouraging converts. Well, let, let that stand because we want individuals to follow their own beliefs in their heart. No coercion, no reason. And you want to become Jewish, become Jewish. However, what's wrong with your religion? The, the prophet Micah, for all peoples will walk each in the name of their God. We will walk in the name of Adonai, but everyone will come in their own beliefs. That's it. Really, the book of Leviticus. The stranger who resides with you shall be as a native among you. You won't convert them. They don't have to become Jewish. They will follow their religion, and this is the political system. So, in summary, Judaism is not a proselytizing religion. Judaism emphasizes mutual respect. You follow your religion, we follow ours. You know, and Christianity, as an Abrahamic religion, teaches the same thing. True faith must be voluntary. All people have inherent dignity and the right to seek the truth. That's it.
And that's true of almost all religions to a certain extent. Everybody says we welcome you in and you don't have to convert. But as one of my favorite clerics at one point in my life said, yeah, but we use blackmail. The Catholic Church makes you go through wedding classes in order to join or get married in the church. Other religions say you don't, fine if you don't want to believe in us or you don't want to believe in what we're telling you, but you're going to go to hell and be burning for eternal damnation. But does that really impact the politics that we exist in? Should politicians use religious based arguments for policy?
For power and control, religion is very powerful. And politicians want to use that to get ahead, to either make money, to have control over people, for whatever reason. They're willing to ignore the basic teachings. Look, in the Gospel of Matthew, if anyone will not welcome you or listen to your words, leave home. Matthew says, and Jesus in the Gospel of Luke, Jesus rebukes disciples who suggest punishing non-believers. What more proof do you need? Jesus himself taught, everyone is welcome. My mansion has many rooms. the Epistle to the Romans, let everyone be fully convinced in their own mind. No coercion, no coercion, no blackmail, no anything. And yet people want to ignore that and try to get their way in order to get into power. Muhammad protected people of the book. Jews, Muslims, Jews, Christians.
And if I could push another book, one of my favorites, Carl Sagan's Contact, shows a wonderful example of dialogue between religion, government, and science, and how the three can cooperate and interact intelligently, but at the same time, how that relationship can be abused to the disadvantage of all. But I know one thing that's always to my advantage is my conversations with you, Rabbi. Thank you as always.
And there's no need to add Buddhism and Hinduism, but I'm going to add it. Both those religions tell people examine your religion, follow your religious practice. You don't have to become Buddhist or Hindu.